Well, you guys know how I feel about sports, so I feel the same way about.
Yeah, you don't even
Forward
like good sports. I can imagine how you are with soccer.
do you know the one thing? The one thing to actually do it. Well, actually, I will every once in a while enjoy watching a boxing match. I will enjoy that.
Wow, that's random.
Yeah.
Even though the fix is in.
Well,
Well,
I
he
don't know.
says that like I'll get my popcorn out and a nice Diet Coke, and just sit right on the edge of my couch and watch Mike Tyson bite someone's ear off.
Yeah. Yeah.
I used to watch. Me and my brother used to watch boxing back then when Tyson was around because he was just.
Well, Tyson was awesome to watch because it didn't take up a lot of time.
Yeah, that's true.
like you're just like
it's like 6 hours of pre-fight and like the fight was 16 seconds.
yeah. It was like
That guy was incredible.
It was
he's gonna break
unreal.
his face. Yeah. Even now, because he has some sort of is it Parkinson or
I don't know what he has, but he's not.
Yeah, he's
not doing great.
Even now, and I'm not making a joke. Even now, that guy could kick my ass.
Oh my God!
So, so I'm just
Of course
like,
he could, John.
He could be in hospice and kick your ass.
it's true.
He could be.
It's very true.
History Defeats Itself is a comedy podcast. Kevin, John, and Greg are not experts, historians, or even all that smart.
Shut up and let's just get fucking started.
Jesus Christ! I'm so tired of this shit.
You piece of shit.
Welcome to
Welcome to Catfish.
I don't know what I was going to say. Welcome to History Defeats Itself, a comedy podcast that looks at events or people from the past and wonders why do we never learn from our history. Only one of us knows the topic and the other two are in the dark, learning along right with you. That was not a very good sentence. I should not have looked away from my notes. My name is Kevin, and as always, I am joined by Dizzy Izzy, John Banks, and the guy with the flu, Greg Mitchell.
Well, he's afraid to say it.
He is. It's very tumultuous times we're living in right now.
Yes, that is.
So,
that's
I don't want to
big
be.
word,
I don't want to be
John.
like yay.
Is it yay
Yeah.
or ye?
We went over this. I
It's
don't know.
Kanye.
It
It's
seems
yay.
like it should
Right.
be yay.
Yeah, it's
But it's
Kanye.
but
yeah.
it's not yay old tavern. It's ye old tavern.
Yeah, but he is going. Since when does he follow rules? His name was Kanye, so he got rid of the first
Which
three
is
letters
clearly
and
made
just went
up.
to yeah.
You know.
Yeah. What is his real name? Do we know?
I don't know. Is that not his real name?
I don't know.
No. That seems like one that he might be the only one. You know,
Yeah.
like if that is his real name, because like it's like I don't know. You think we're ever going to see another Oprah? I don't think we're going to see another Oprah.
No.
Gotta hope not.
Well, that was just rude. I mean, just the
What do you
name.
have? She's lovely. What do you have against Oprah?
I meant the name too. I don't know what you're talking about. She's she and I summer in the Hamptons.
No. I didn't realize you were wealthy.
He's not.
You don't have to. You know what, John? All you got to do is pay for a plane ticket.
That's true. And then you cut the grass? You have like a little side business in the summer?
He has to stay 1,000 yards from her property. So he's,
I don't like how you're questioning my relationship.
So shall we get started?
yes, Greg is under the weather, so we're
Yes.
gonna move pretty fast here. Real quick though, follow us on TikTok and Instagram, and we apologize to anyone who tried to watch the video last episode.
We had some
Technical difficulties.
Yep. That's the word. That is the
So-
word.
Apparently, someone has not been paying the bills.
Nope, not paying the bills. So, yeah. Anyway, just search History Defeats Itself on YouTube, and you will get to our page. Subscribe, tell your friends.
And you porn.
And if you subscribe and tell your friends, Greg will send you porn.
It's true.
Not good porn though.
No.
No,
Keep that
homemade,
shit for myself.
homemade porn.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, that's not good.
All right,
Is it? It's me, right? I'm the guy. I'm the one doing it.
doing the porn or doing the episode?
Sure. Whatever pays the bills. So let me ask you two a question.
Yes.
Have you ever been on a plane before it takes off and you think to yourself, fuck, what if there's a bomb on here and we blow up?
I've had. Can I go first? I'm gonna go
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
I think I've had every possible anxiety-filled scenario played out in my head.
Shocking.
So yes, almost every time I've been on a plane.
All
yeah,
right, Kevin?
I definitely, sometimes if you see, shady looking guy, you wonder,
Yeah.
wonder if he's.
What's in that guy's Nikes?
yeah.
Well, I too, gentlemen, used to share your fear, but since I read about Vesna Vulovic, I no longer have that fear. So tonight,
I love a Vespa.
well, yeah, Vesna, maybe it's Vesna Vulovic. The first known act of sabotage in commercial aviation happened on October 10th, 1933.
Wow, that was early.
I know. It was a Boeing 247, was destroyed by a bomb, basically dynamite, because nitroglycerin was the main explosive. So basically somebody threw some dynamite in a bomb, and at the time they believed it was some sort of Chicago gang thing. Like Al
that doesn't
Capone or
sound
something.
right. They were always very, very friendly in their disputes.
Well, so it used to be that it was people would try to blow up planes for insurance fraud. That was basically from the 30s to about the 60s. That was kind of the main reason people were blowing
So
up
was like
planes.
the owner of the plane? Like, who's doing this? It's like, the people at United, or like what?
Well, it used to be if you died in an airplane crash or explosion or whatever, the insurance would pay out 3-1. I no longer think that is the case, but so if you had $100,000 worth of insurance and you blew up in a plane crash, then your spouse would get $300,000. So it's basically this deal where like crime organizations would go to the wife or whatever of some husband. They'd blow up the whole fucking plane. So they'd kill a whole bunch of people to get this one guy, and then basically they would like squeeze the wife or the husband, whoever's
Can't they
left.
just rob a fucking bank?
Yeah, that seems like a lot of effort.
I don't know. Maybe you get bored of robbing banks. You got to get a little creative with life, I guess. And then starting around like the late 50s, early 60s, it started to become more about assassinations. So there'd be some person on a plane, and again, it's really fucked up to blow up a plane and kill everybody. It's like just kill the one person that you want to kill. But anyway.
Or at least just push them out of the plane.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Or shoot them before they go in the plane.
Yeah.
Like.
That does seem like it would be a lot less strenuous to just murder them in their home at night or something.
Yeah, right.
Not to mention the psychological horror you're committing, because now everyone's afraid to fly.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's part of the allure.
It's like being choked during sex,
The allure,
Very good
of
analogy.
murder.
It's a little excitement. There have been 86 cases related to airline bombings, 53 of them resulting in deaths. So, and when they say 86 cases, some of them were like, they were plots to blow up stuff, and they were foiled before they could get to it.
We got a caper, see?
Yeah. Here's what I'm going to do. So
You're gonna start talking. You're gonna start talking now.
Flight 367 was one of these 86 incidents. Flight 367 departed from Stockholm Arlanda Airport at 1:30 p.m. on January 26, 1972.
Was it Stockholm, Wisconsin?
It was Stockholm, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Yes, no, this was Stockholm, Sweden, home of the Swedish shelf. Yep.
Hey, that's where my people are from. That's
They're
why I'm the color I am.
Oh.
Actually, let me rephrase. That's why I lack the color that I do.
That's why all your furniture in the background is IKEA.
Yeah.
It's like
It's also why you're so tall
okay,
and you're always
and burly
always,
and like muscly
and always eating meatballs.
Except those parts.
No.
and always eating meatballs. I do love a good meatball.
I know. That's Greg and I always say that about you when you're not
I
around.
bet you have like meatball implants. Like you're like,
Where are they? Oh, they're in here.
your biceps.
Your bicep.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that makes sense. The aircraft, a McDonnell Douglas DC-932, which is basically it's a jet that holds about 90 people, so it's pretty small jet in compared to what we.
You wouldn't
fly
say that
today.
if you were on it.
Well, I mean, it's small compared to like a 737
I guess it is still a small jet.
or a 777.
No matter if you're on it or not. I'm going to retract.
Yeah, I'm not sure that
Redact
the view
those.
really matters. Where you're if you're on it or looking at it or
Yeah.
hearing about it in a podcast.
I thought it was a small jet, and then I got on it, and it was still a small jet.
It was still small, but it was
no.
bigger than I thought. But not really.
Very tubular. So, so this DC-932 landed at Copenhagen Airport at 2:30 p.m. on January 26, where it was taken over by Vesna Volovic and her colleagues. So basically, you know, like when planes land, they like switch crews sometimes because it's like a crew's been flying for so many hours, so they have to. Yeah. So that's basically what was happening. So it flew from Stockholm to Copenhagen, and they switched out the crew. So this is a quote from Vesna Volovic. She's I don't know. She's Czech, so.
You pronounced it like 50 different ways.
And I'm gonna make it. It's gonna be 72 different ways. Before
One of
we're
them
done.
is right too.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
It's like a
If
broken
anyone
clock.
out there can guess, we'll send you a T-shirt.
Kevin, what I'm going to need you to do is when we're done, you figure out which one's right and then cut it and edit it in all the times that I say it.
Okay. Yep,
You got time.
that's-
You got time for that, right?
That's very easy.
Yes. Yeah. So she, in an interview later, like she was interviewed after, so the plane is, I hate to spoil this, but the plane's going to crash, and she survived.
I figured it'd probably crash. Yeah.
Yes.
Just judging by where we were heading with this.
But the crazy part of this is how she survived, right? Or that she did survive. So it's pretty crazy. So, but she later said, as it was late, we were in the terminal and saw it part. It being the jet. I saw all the passengers and crew deplane. One man seemed terribly annoyed. It was not only me that noticed him either. Other
that
crew
me?
members. It was Greg Mitchell. It was a very ornery old Jewish man.
Even back then, I was like,
Who's like always seems to be sick.
Well, it's January 26, 1972. So you were 107 at this time, Greg.
I can either be sick or blurry.
He does actually, ironically, look better than he ever
You
has.
look fantastic. Yeah. Other crew members saw him, as did the station manager in Copenhagen. I think it was the man who put the bomb in the baggage. I think he had checked in a bag in Stockholm, got off in Copenhagen, and never reboarded the flight.
Well, that
Done.
sounds
Done.
sus.
Done.
Kevin, are those your dogs barking?
God, you
No,
can
that-
hear that?
Yeah.
Hey, Kevin, who let the dogs out? Who?
Somebody
Who?
sounds like somebody needs to let the dogs out.
No, she's outside.
No. What are they barking at?
What's the temperature
How
out
the
there?
fuck should I know? I'm
No,
not
you
out
got
there.
a window. Don't you?
It's dark and it's cold. It's like 20 degrees here.
He's got a cutout of me and John making out
Wait.
in the backyard, so the dogs are like super homophobic.
Just a follow-up question. Can you not see through cold? Because
Well,
you're
I
like,
don't have the window open. The blinds are closed. It's dark outside. Why would I have
okay.
them open?
okay. All right, fair. I was just confused of why the weather had anything to do with your ability to see, but I got it. The window's closed, blinds are shut. Okay.
Because
got it.
it's cold.
I understand. I was
Critical
just getting
thinking,
clarity.
John.
I don't possess that. You've known me for 13 years. You should know that.
Yeah, but
How do you know how long I've known you?
I count the days.
Sounds like it's been 13 years too long.
Well, 12 years, 364 days.
Yeah.
So
No, that one
Today-
day, that one day at that bar was a lot of fun.
yeah, that one day was a lot of fun. So, and it has been downhill.
It has never lived up to that expectation.
Nope. Sure has it. The aircraft, piloted by Captain Ludwig Razdry and First Officer Ratko Mihik, broke into
What
three
is with
pieces.
these names? Can we
I
not
don't
get
know.
just a John
People-
Smith? Like, seriously.
Yeah, why can't people in all of these stories just be American?
It would make it a lot easier. Well, I guess like
The story
Ludwig,
has
maybe
been
like
modified to suit lazy Americans.
so. Captain Louis Razzie and First Officer Rico Mahicki. So
What?
I don't know. I don't know.
Were you trying to make names easier?
Rico Mahickey? Yeah. I'm not going to lie, it's kind of cool, but
Are you thinking changing your kid's name?
yeah, I think so. Come here, Rico.
So the plane broke into three pieces and spun out of control. After
That's not that many.
after explosion came from the luggage department of the plane, crashing
I
into
think
the village.
any is too many for that
yeah, seriously,
situation.
like-
More than one.
Like a piece. Even one piece flying off the plane is going to freak you out.
Yeah.
So, which I think actually someone told me, and I don't know if this is true or not, but a jet like a jet with 4 engines can actually land and fly with only one working engine.
Yeah, I've heard. I know they can. I don't know exactly what the number is, but I know they don't need all the engines to land. So that's by design, obviously.
Well, yeah. And there's something about like was it on the last episode we were talking about they shoot frozen turkeys at jet engines to test them?
I don't remember that.
That
Oh,
is
I feel
news
like I
to
would
me.
have.
Okay.
No. Last time all we did was talk about molasses.
I think
Maybe they throw
John,
molasses at.
I think John's cheating on us and doing a different podcast.
I am. It's all about aviation. So
It sounds like it's a Martha Stewart podcast.
about Martha Stewart aviation.
Yeah, it's Martha Stewart hosting with John and Snoop Dogg. It's actually really good.
It is. It's very entertaining. He's a very charming man.
Yes.
So the plane breaks apart and lands in this village of Sapreska Kamenisia. I don't know why it came out of 10 because it's a Czech Republic, the old Czechoslovakia. So it landed basically the plane breaks apart over Czechoslovakia. Of the 28 on board, 27 were killed upon ground impact, and one Yugoslav crew member, Vesna Vulevic, 22 years old at the time, survived. But here's the crazy fucking part. Vesna, who was born on January 3rd, 1950, and died on December 23rd, 2016, holds the Guinness World Record for surviving the highest fall without a parachute at 10,160 meters, or for the three fucking countries that don't use the metric system, 33,330 feet, or 6.3 miles. This human fell 6.3 miles because as soon as the plane blew up, she flew out of the plane. So she falls 6.3 miles out of the sky and hits the ground and doesn't die. Isn't that fucking insane?
What did she?
She just landed on the ground.
No way! Come on.
Yes.
I'm no scientician, but that doesn't seem right.
Maybe she landed on a cotton
it's-
candy factory.
No, it was the My Pillow guy. That's his
She
first factory was
landed
there.
Not on his pillows. She landed on the My Pillow guy. He's very portly.
His mustache is very cushiony.
What, John? You understand the skepticism here? Explain.
So a plane blows up.
No. How did she not fucking die?
There's no like reason why she didn't die, right? There's no reason you can say like, oh, like she didn't, and so basically, and she may have actually fallen in the jet but she was discovered by a World War II vet, and she was not in the plane at that time. She was on the ground. So it is possible she could have actually hit the ground in the plane, but still 6.3 miles. Right? In a metal tube, even.
It sounds impossible, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, was she all fucked up?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was super fucked up. And so.
She didn't just like brush herself up. Like, that was weird.
She's like, that shit was crazy.
Whoa, where's the plane?
How do I get home now?
Where am I? Is there a Starbucks?
So, following the crash, Vesna spent 3 days in a coma, having fractured her skull and her brain was hemorrhaging. She also suffered 2 broken legs and 3 broken vertebrae, one of which was crushed completely. Her pelvis was fractured and several ribs broken. Right?
Unrelated to the fall.
Right.
She got in a fight like the day before the flight. So.
It was a pre-existing condition, and the insurance company did not pay for it.
Well, she was part of it. She was part of the Yugoslavian Air Fight Club. Yeah. So that's actually what it was. Yep. So, and she couldn't talk about it because everyone knows the first rule of the Fight Club. Yep. So,
especially the Yugoslavian one.
Yeah, that would be. That's cold. Those people live fucking hard, right?
Yeah.
Just like you. If you're in that kind of weather, you're just a tough human being.
Yeah.
I think Greg told me one time he had he knew a Russian woman and she said they don't smile because their teeth freeze. Is that correct, Greg? Did you tell me that?
I could have said that. I have a really bad memory, and I can't remember half the shit I say.
And a fever. So that doesn't help either.
Nope.
And a fantastic beanie.
It was a nice beanie.
Her injuries
Nike,
resulted.
not a sponsor yet.
I bet they would sponsor us. 3 athletic guys like us. I was thinking I couldn't.
Did they drop Kanye or who dropped?
That's
Adidas.
Adidas.
Oh, it was Adidas. That's right.
So they're looking for somebody.
Adidas.
Right? Yeah,
If you're looking for a replacement, I do wear Adidas.
I do too.
I like them very much.
And could you I don't think that I could run 6.3 miles and be okay. And yet falling 6.3 miles, it's just crazy that she.
I wonder how
survived.
long that took. And clearly, she was knocked out, right? Because
No, she was not. She was conscious.
But you said she could have been going down with the plane.
Right. Well, so here's the thing. So remember, and I don't know how to stress this enough. She fell 6.3 miles.
No, I get
Did
that.
I
But
mention that? So she had brain hemorrhaging. So she had amnesia. The last thing she remembers, and I'll get to it at some point, but I'll just say it. But so the last thing she remembers is she remembers greeting people getting on the plane, and then she remembers 2 weeks after her being in the hospital when her parents told her that she had been in a plane crash and showed her like some article in a newspaper. That was like her first memory of what actually, or that was her first knowledge of knowing that she'd been in a plane crash.
jeez.
So, yeah. Her injuries resulted in her being temporarily paralyzed below the waist. She had total amnesia from the hour preceding her fall.
She should have been paralyzed from the world. How the hell did she? How on earth is? I mean, that's insanity.
Yeah, I know.
She definitely should have been unalived.
Unalived. She should definitely been unalived.
That's gonna be that's Liam Neeson's new trilogy. He's coming out with.
I've survived so many plane crashes.
I have a certain set of
6.3
skills.
I have a certain set of skills.
I have a
yeah.
certain
I'm
set of
Liam Neeson.
skills
God damn it.
that
One
allowed
of
me
them.
not to die.
6.3 miles? Okay. 6.4? We're in trouble.
Impossible. But
Liam would just like take his jacket off and just
he would
parachute
float
to
down.
safety.
Well, no, he would like hold. He was be holding his jacket in one hand and shooting at the earth with a gun in the other hand. Somehow,
Just to
soaring-
soften his landing. like he's shooting out the roof of the cotton candy factory.
Yeah,
No,
exactly. Or he's-
amazingly, though, he'd be shooting the guy who blew up the plane too, because
Yeah,
he just
yeah.
somehow was able to find him
Yeah.
from 6.3 miles up.
Yep. And he would like somehow he would like shoot like wool shear or like sheep shears. It would like shear the sheep, and he would land in just cotton candy and wool. So,
Don't get those confused, though.
no,
It
no,
would not be nice to just eat a bunch
very
of wool.
itchy going down.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So she had amnesia from the hour preceding her fall until 1 month afterwards. I guess not two. So it was a month. So she basically had amnesia for a month. Her parents told her that her parents. I just told you that. And she actually, so she was so shocked by the fact that she had been in this plane crash that when her parents told her and she read the news article, she actually passed out from the shock. So she was like totally,
Boy, for someone who's so hardy, kind of fragile.
Yeah, she passes out a lot for someone who
yeah.
survived a 6.3 mile
Oh,
fall.
I can't handle this. I think I'll be in a coma.
That's
Well, do you
crazy.
think-
Then did she have like a fainting couch? Oh,
I think she was paralyzed, so she was already laying down.
Okay.
So it was,
was
probably
she
just
on the
more.
fainting couch?
Well,
That's convenient.
I mean, probably just a hospital bed. Probably. I mean, again, I didn't dig into that part. I'll have to update in the next
Your
episode.
attention to detail sucks.
Let me make a note on all episodes: fainting bed. So yes, and so she passed out, and then she woke back up, and she was like just terrified of what happened. So they actually had to like sedate her to calm her down because she was being hysterical, like a 1905 lady would be.
Yeah. Well, we better drug her up then.
She's not as tough as I thought she was.
No. Well, and so here's what's crazy is like she ends up, because here's the thing, remember or not remember, if I'm in a plane and it crashes, one, I'm driving everywhere or I'm taking a boat, right? Never gonna get on a fucking jet again. And second, I would definitely not work in one. But she was like, yeah, I'll go back to work, no big deal. Right?
For real?
Well, it seems like she's got nothing to lose.
Yeah, that's true. Well, she can't die by plane crash. She knows that. So
Yeah. What are the chances of another one?
I mean, that's true. Well, there's only been,
we haven't heard the whole story yet, John or Greg. Did she go down again?
She did. This time falling 9.8 miles. So Vesna underwent treatment in a Prague hospital until March 12th, 1972, after which she was flown to Belgrade. Her hospital room was placed under 24-hour police protection because authorities feared that the perpetrators of the bombing would wish to kill her. The guards changed shifts every 6 hours, and no one was allowed to see her except for her parents and doctors.
Damn.
Vulovic's
I probably thought she was a witch.
Who wanted to kill her?
Well, so they didn't know who did the bomb, and actually, and what's crazy is to this day they don't know who did it. So it's
Or who the
believed it was
target
like,
was?
well, they believe it to be a Czechoslovakian terrorist organization, but they actually don't know who. That's never been confirmed 100%, and the actual perpetrator of it has never been found. So
Let's solve this thing.
yeah,
We'll turn this into a
that's-
true crime podcast.
Yes.
This is like the Goonies.
Yeah, we'll
So
figure
it-
this out, and then we'll figure out the whole DB Cooper thing.
So if anyone listening knows what happened on this plane, please tell us. We'll put it on our podcast and take all the credit.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I'm not doing research.
God,
Sounds like a lot of work.
I'm still working on this hernia surgery. It's just not healing the way it's supposed to.
You didn't have to. You didn't have to do that. You just you just have to recover.
Yeah. Now imagine recovering falling 6.3 miles.
I think she's a witch.
I
Or
think
was a
so.
witch. And you said she lived till like 2016?
2016, yeah. Yeah, so she would have been, what was that, 50, 60,
102?
66 years old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Vulovic's hospitalization lasted until June 1972, after which she traveled to Montenegro to recuperate at a seaside resort where her doctors visit her every 2 or 3 days. She underwent
So she
several...
recuperated at a seaside resort. Maybe she planted the bomb, knowing full well that she could be at a seaside resort.
That's true. But again, how did she survive?
That makes zero. Maybe she really did have a parachute.
Maybe right before the plane hit, she jumped up and she was like, I'm
Oh
good.
yeah.
Yeah. To stop the gravity.
I feel like that should work.
It's what they say to do in an elevator.
Yeah.
And by they, I mean people who've never died in an elevator. So
You're supposed to jump right before it hits the ground.
that's what they say. So because it will, you'll still break your legs, but it will prevent you from snapping your spine.
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna go at that point. I'm just gonna huddle. In
How
the
do you
fetal
know
position.
when to jump?
Well, it should ding all the way down, and
Yeah,
then as
yeah,
soon
yeah.
as you see the 2, I would jump at the 2.
Yep.
Well, depending on how fast it's going, maybe the 3.
See, you're not going to time it right.
What do you think? When
You're
do
not going to time it right.
when would you
I just-
jump?
Yeah. When would you jump?
I
Greg?
think you're fucked.
Oh.
No matter what.
Well, you know what? I hope I'm never in an elevator with such a negative person when it's crashing.
Yeah.
I want to be. I want
Greg's
to
just gonna be
be.
jumping up and down the whole time. One of these has got to work.
I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. She underwent several operations to restore her movement. At first, she could only move her right leg, and 1 month thereafter, she was able to move her. I'm sorry. She could only move her left leg, and 1 month later, she was able to move her right leg.
Thank you for getting that right.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I do know. I do know how you love to fact check, Kevin.
We would have gotten so many angry letters.
Yeah. Oh, we're definitely going to get sued because
Like the letter Q. That always seems like the angriest
Does
letter.
not look very happy.
query. Queer, as in it's very queer that you fall 6.3 miles and don't die.
How would you like to be a letter that always has to be followed by the same letter? You know?
You mean like QQ?
That'd piss me off. No, I'm saying like you always got to have a U afterwards.
QU?
It's just fucking tired of the U. That's the problem.
Yeah. Why? Who did that?
It's stupid.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any fucking sense.
All right. Fuck English.
We should do an episode about it.
Fuck the letter. This is our version of Sesame Street. Fuck the letter Q.
I think we did one on. I think we did that one on English.
Yeah,
letters
that was
and
a
phrases,
joke.
yeah.
That was my joke. We did. You let
Oh,
it, Greg.
oh,
Yeah,
okay.
You've done.
Yeah.
You've done it several times. Several times you've done stuff with words. Greg.
Several times.
Yes.
Man.
Her parents had to sell both of their cars to pay for her treatment. Within 10 months of her fall, she had regained the ability to walk, but limped for the rest of her life.
Whoa.
Because-
The airline did not cover this?
Right? I guess not.
I mean, you might you lost 25 passengers, like maybe
no. 27. You lost
27?
27. Yeah.
maybe go ahead and just like float the bill for the one remaining survivor.
It was a different time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, it was the 70s. People were living free.
Yeah. They gave her like an old Victrola as like a parting gift, and that was
They
it.
gave her Toblerone. This is fantastic. You're going to love it. When you can walk again, you're really going to enjoy this.
Yeah, as soon as we unwire your jaw, you'll be really gonna enjoy this chocolate.
So the reason she limped for the rest of her life was because her...
It's because she always wanted sympathy from people.
Yep. She was such an
Martyr.
attention whore.
Fucking martyr.
And her spine was twisted.
Oh, big deal.
She should have
That's true.
jumped.
That's what
blew
I'm
it.
saying. That's
she blew
really...
it.
So what the whole point of this podcast is jump.
Yeah, jump.
It's like Van Halen says.
I was gonna say this podcast sponsored by Eddie Van Halen. No, well, his legacy.
So in total, she spent 16 months recuperating.
That's not that bad.
That's not that bad, all things considered. I feel like
Yeah.
it should be like 16 years.
Yeah.
And
But
again,
just, I mean,
dead.
like,
She should be
what
dead.
A tough human being.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, remember what a little bitch you were when you punctured your lung, Kevin? Or when you did whatever you did, Greg, or when I got my hernia surgery? Like, we're not tough people. We're not tough. We are not crash and survive a jet kind of people. Like, we should die in that event.
I feel
I
like
was
I'm tougher
reading
than you give me
something-
credit for, but I see where you're going.
I was reading something that Bruce Lee said because so many things are attributed to Bruce Lee, and it says that you shouldn't be self-deprecating even in jest because part of your body believes it, and it starts to weaken it. So you should talk up yourself instead of saying things like, "Oh, we're not strong."
Which part's getting weaker?
I think I probably kidney.
You on kidney? Okay.
Yeah, I'm on kidney. So I've been trying really hard not to be so self-deprecating. So
Yeah, but Bruce Lee didn't live very long.
That's true.
Well,
he died very young.
That's maybe he was self-deprecating.
About bullets. He was like, oh, I hope I don't get shot. Oh, you guys are going to shoot me one day. And then look at that. Motherfucker.
I just think I think it might be interesting if you enter like negative juju into your psyche. Maybe it isn't good.
I mean, probably not.
God, how much NyQuil is this fucker on?
Should we?
A lot.
Should we like really re-examine our lives and who we are as people
Right now on this
on a very
podcast.
special episode? Nobody ever expected me to live this long, she recounted in 2008.
I'd agree with that.
Vulovic attributed her recovery to her Siberian stubbornness and a childhood diet that included chocolate,
Alcohol.
spinach, fish oil, and NyQuil. One of those is not true.
Yeah. Who eats spinach?
Popeye.
Gross. On
He eats
purpose,
it out of a
anyway.
can. In September 1972, Vulovic expressed expressed willingness to resume working as a flight attendant. JAT, which is the company, felt that her presence on flights would attract too much publicity and instead gave her a desk job negotiating freight contracts.
That's so boring.
Yeah. So, and in the last years of her life,
I'd have been like, hey, fuckers, you didn't pay for my recovery. I went down because one of your dumbass jets blew up. No.
And have to sit at a desk.
Not to sit at a fucking desk. Yeah. You better let me fly the motherfucker, you know?
I want to see the world, man.
do you think they gave her an ergonomic chair at least?
No, it was definitely
Yeah,
a
well,
really shitty chair.
She had a pretty fucked up back too.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
They
Her
better.
spine was twisted.
Well, it's just a little scoliosis, John. She'll be all right.
I think it's more than a little. I think because what happened was her vertebrae got crushed and then her spine got twisted. So, like normally if you think of a spine like a spine, now imagine that twisted.
Okay, yeah.
Does that visual help?
Yeah, no,
That
no,
is a
yeah.
good one.
I'm thinking back to, my time as a biologist.
All right. And when
Was
you
her
were in,
head like on backwards after that, and she'd look down and saw her back?
she did. I mean, okay, I got nothing.
Oh, I thought it was the end of the episode.
No, all right, no. So she lived on a pension of $300 a month at the end of her life in Belgrade, in her little dilapidated Belgrade apartment, and she.
Still think she should have gotten more. Anyway,
Well, yeah, she should have fucking gotten a lot of money, but I think it was a.
should have bad lawyer.
Too bad she didn't get upgraded to like a modest apartment, but it's got to be dilapidated.
It was a communist country, and I don't think I don't think you got paid for that kind of stuff. I don't think you could sue for that kind of stuff.
Do you think she got free cable at least?
I don't think she did.
She got like Skinamax.
But it was blurry. It was like when you watch it when you didn't have it.
She got TMC. That's what she got. So, yeah. But at that time, they weren't classic movies. They were just what was on at the time. So, she later
Airplane.
said, "I don't know what to say."
You got a
when-
lifetime supply of Airplane. It's playing on a loop.
They gave her some VHS movies. They gave her Airplane, Alive,
in
North by
Inferno,
Northwest.
Yeah, live. 747 Inferno. All the right
she's-
stuff. Top Gun.
And and 10 lessons to learn how to skydive. So
Yeah, obviously you don't know how.
Yeah, like an infomercial on how to learn how to skydive.
like it's gotta be like I think if I was a flight attendant, I would wear a parachute all the time.
I don't think that's going to instill much confidence in the passengers.
Well, fuck them. I like that.
Yeah, that's a good point. That is a good point. God, here I was thinking.
Hey, honey, why are you so anxious? It's just something's bothering me about this flight. What's that?
Oh, I forgot to tell
all
you,
the
like-
flight attendants are wearing parachutes. It just doesn't seem good.
I forgot to tell you, like 6 months I fell out of an airplane, so I'm going to go ahead and wear this parachute.
Well, like, do you guys? I never listen to them when they do the, all the seatbelt and flotation device. I never listen to that, right?
It can
But
save your life, John.
But if they were all wearing parachutes, I'd fucking pay attention.
That actually would like.
I'd be like, oh shit, what? This is important.
What was that middle part?
Pardon me. Where do I get a parachute?
But in fairness, when the airplane is breaking into pieces, like that oxygen mask that's dropping from the ceiling is not really going to do that much.
No, well, you know why they have that on the planes.
Well, Fight
So you
Club
can get
said it was
high.
to get high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that actually, if you actually research why they started putting those on planes, that actually is the reason.
I'm not going to research that. But
I'm
gonna
glad that
believe you.
I'm glad the cushion doubles as a flotation device, though. So when I fall 30,000 feet into the
Over
ocean,
Iowa.
that I'm able over Iowa. If we happen to fall into someone's pool, then I'll be able to float.
There was a comedian, I think in the 90s. I don't remember who it was, but my brother and I were watching him. and he
Was it Billy Connolly?
I don't think it was, but maybe. I don't think so. I think
guy
it
was funny.
that guy he's still funny.
Yeah.
He's not dead.
Okay, sorry.
So,
Sorry.
oddly enough, though, he was on this flight. So he was on flight 367.
So two
Someone
people
else-
survived.
Yeah.
Was he the flight attendant?
He actually was the bomb.
He was Vespa.
So
That guy can say anything and it sounds funny.
yeah. He's a funny dude. But no, so the it was like this comedian he was talking about. He's like, I don't want something that floats in water. He's like, I want something that bounces out of cornfields.
Yeah, seriously.
So she later said, I don't know what to say when people say I was lucky, she remarked. Life is so hard today. Volovic lamented that her mother and father might not have
Harder.
died prematurely had she not been aboard Flight 367, stating that the incident not only ruined her life, but also those of her parents.
Oh, jeez.
Which I think is fair.
That's a shitty attitude to come out of a fucking airplane crash. That really
feel-
is. Most people would be like, oh my God, life is so precious. I have a brand new perspective. But, oh my God, my back hurts all the time.
They
My
gave
poor
me a
parents
desk
are-
job. I wanted to be back in the air.
Yeah. I
Greg,
have
you,
to sit
you
at a
complain about 2 degrees changes in the weather.
Yeah, but we're talking about her right now.
Yeah. You're wearing a beanie indoors because you
Yeah.
have the flu.
Yeah.
That's right. You don't
It's a
see me
little
complain
dramatic.
about it.
It's a little dramatic.
So that's basically it.
Why are you pointing fingers at me, man? We're making fun of her. It's not like I survived a near-death experience.
And so we're gonna raise a glass because that's it. That's it. That's just basically she died in 2016 and she died in she was like a big like social person. She was like very involved in the government stuff. And okay, let's go.
She was on a
Cheers.
Tuesday night bowling
So,
league.
here's to wear your seatbelt and tuck in your head between your legs. Cheers.
I wonder if she did any flips on the way down.
John, what did we learn from this?
well,
How
we
has history
learned.
defeated itself?
Okay, well, I'm sorry. Right. So you're right. I apologize. I forget about the part. So what we've learned is that if you're on a plane with a bomb, you're just as fucked as they were in October 10th, 1933.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Good.
So
Glad
we have
cleared that
not
up.
we have not figured out how to make bomb-proof jets yet.
Okay.
They're working
Nice-
on it though.
nice save.
They are actually working on materials that are light enough to put in a plane and strong enough to withstand a blast.
But as they become stronger, then the bombs become more lethal.
You're
then it's
such
just
a
an arms
negative.
race.
You're a negative Nancy, Greg.
I'm just trying to tell you that we're always gonna have issues. Fucking birds can take down airplanes. You think someone can't figure out a way for a bomb to? Come on. What if you send out some bird drones?
Yeah, the real problem here is we got to get rid of the birds.
So wait, are you saying the guys from Duck Dynasty are terrorists? Is that what you're saying?
That was That was not what I was saying.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood. So, I
Well,
don't know.
thank you, everybody. Next
see you
week,
next-
our guest will be the guys from Duck Dynasty.
Well,
I
I'm
bet you
gl-
on the next recording I'll have a fever.
I
and the
believe
flu.
you. All right, everybody. Good night.
Good night.